The final ending, the big tick, other parts down below. Well, I just found out for sure that they are together. Her brother told me he met the guy 2 weeks ago. He exceeded his expectations for what a B is. He said he met him when he walked into his apartment, our old apartment, and he was there with my wife, around 10 p.m., sitting inside with sunglasses on his head, not on his eyes. He immediately started ragging on my brother-in-law, thinking they were friends or something. He showed up with a lottery ticket and a protein shake as a gift for my brother-in-law. He then made comments about stupid things. My brother and sister-in-law hate him. He then called my wife on set and asked, "Do you have a TV, or do I need to buy one?" My wife asked why. His response is college football. She told him they do not have cable. His response was, "I am not coming over then." The brother told my wife that he is a rat. He told her that he let it slide one time, but not again. She agreed that he is a rat. What the hell? She knows he is a jerk and yet she wants to be with him. What a douche. Also, she started complaining about how much of a jerk I am to my brother-in-law due to the insurance stuff yesterday. He told her that she is ridiculous. He told her that she cannot make decisions for our daughter that do not involve me. He told her that we are divorced. She has no say in any decision that would involve our daughter without my approval. I love that guy. Really, other than my daughter, he is the best thing to come out of my marriage. I really hope we never get to a point where we need to go to NC. My problem is it is in our house. We were just a married couple 40 days ago in that house. We were intimate in that house less than 2 months ago and now some douche is in it sleeping with my wife. It just pisses me off. 8 years and now nothing. Obviously being a nice guy is not working. I know. I am going to keep doing what I am doing. Going to the gym, having my daughter, going out, etc. I know he is irrelevant. I know she is as well. She does not even have the decency to review our MSA. What a gem. I am done with her. It is just the thought of them together upsets me. To be fair, I am glad that she is with a rat like that though. I hope she gets used and thrown out, just like she did to me. I have let go the hope of reconciliation. I have let go that she is still my wife. I have let go the hopes of having a friendship or amicable relationship after what has happened. I have not let go of the anger I feel towards her and the desire to have her feel the same way she has made me feel. Is that wrong? Maybe I am being too harsh. I do not want physical X to come to her. I just want her to feel the emotional toll she has caused me. I know detach and not care what she feels. I know. Easier said than done. I am trying. Spend time with my daughter. Not care about the wife. That is what I want every day right now. Since I have my daughter, we will go to the park, go see family, etc. She just called. She wanted to get it off her list. Of course, we got into an argument. She started to argue about finances and I said I do not want to argue. We will deal with this over email. She continued. She said, "Why the hell are you so abrasive?" I did not respond. She called about stupid things that could have easily been done over email or text. Where was the coupon book for the car? When was I getting our daughter for Thanksgiving? When was I dropping her off? There were CDs in my desk. Did I want them? There were Comcast boxes in our shed. Did I want those? All stuff that could have been through email or text. She went down her list and said that is it. I said bye and hung up. I texted her to unlock the shed. I will come get my stuff shortly. She said okay if you want. I said yes, leave it unlocked. I am going to tell her again that these things need to be through email and text. I do not want to tell her on the phone. Or do I drop it and not say anything? I do know what I am okay with and not okay with. I just do not enforce it. Knowing something and then acting on it is a different story for me. I cannot help being abrasive with her. I hear her voice and my blood literally boils. When we just talked, I heard the OM in the background. Just boiling. I need to detach more. I got to a point where I know what they are doing and it only mildly bothers me. Much better than a few weeks ago when I would obsess about every little thing she does. I guess I am so used to how she talks to me it seems normal. So, I had to see the ex today for the first time in 2 weeks to drop off my daughter. Good news, I was not attracted to her physically. I was very short with answers to her. She asked me a question and I answered and got up to leave. I walked out the door and kept going. She said ridiculous and slammed the door. I forgot something in the car, so I went back, knocked on the door and she snatched the clothes from my hand and slammed the door in my face. I called her brother to talk. He is on his way to my house to watch TV. I told him what happened and he said that she is upset with me because I am not being friendly with her. Hi, she is lucky she is getting anything from me. I do not care if she wants me to be friendly and it upsets her that I am not. I am not trying to reconcile anymore, so I do not care if she loves or hates me. She made her bed, now it is time to sleep in it. My relationship with her bro, she is trying to get him to be friends with the new guy. The brother has already told her that he is fiercely loyal to me and that he hates this guy. He wants to punch him every time he sees him, not because of me, but because he is genuinely a douche. Think Jersey Shore type meathead ass. She invited my brother-in-law to Thanksgiving at the other man's house, and is trying to get them to be friends, but he will not. So, I am sure she is upset that her brother is choosing me over her new man. He came to my house last night, which I am sure upset her. Whatever. She does throw temper tantrums when I do not give in to her. She then just says that I am abrasive to her. So, I guess she is already doing that. I will pay attention to how I speak to her. I need to be calm around her. What really gets me mad is the mental movies of them. The rest I am okay with, but then I think about what they are doing and I get upset. I know that is something that needs to end. I went to a meeting tonight. It was good. I got to talk to others and see just how serious codependency is. A lot of the people there were for multiple years. I got my coda chip too. I observed more than participated tonight. I will go every Tuesday from now on. I thought it went well. I was very nervous at first, but as the meeting went on, I got more comfortable. I must get used to the structure that the meeting presents. I do not think it can replace therapy for codependency, but it was nice to be with people that will not judge me for my faults. My ex-wife calls to have my daughter say goodnight. She calls me honey but then immediately correct herself. I would have thought about this before. What did it mean? Did she want me back? Etc. Tonight I just thought, she screwed up, habit coming out and did not think anything more about it. I need to realize I cannot control anyone. I am the only one that is important in my life, except for my daughter. I signed up for a few things today as well. I am taking pilot lessons, as well as starting training for a triathlon. So, I just realized I got 2 emails from the STBX yesterday. I set a rule to send her emails automatically to a folder and did not notice they were there. Was there anything of mine in the dresser you took? Also, I am missing documentation for my wedding ring. Have you seen it around? I am not going to be pulled into this BS with her. She is trying to get me to care about the wedding ring. Is she going to sell it? Get it fixed? Who cares? She is trying to get a rise out of me. It isn't working. The other emails were just crap about our daughter's insurance. Nothing special. Good job. I am not falling for it anymore. I am sure she is stewing about it right now. But, for the first time in 8 years, I don't care. I don't care if she is upset. I am not playing this game and being put down anymore with her. I feel great today. Really, great. I think I should go visit Happy Man and we can go dress up together for the kids only, of course. So, I went to therapy today. It was great. I really feel great right now. The best I have felt in a long time. My therapist went over the list that I gave her, second post on this thread, and we discussed what I am doing to fix them. We set an action plan for some of them and others we will tackle next time. We talked about the ex and what she is doing right now. She says that this relationship is going to fizzle soon, to which I said, meh. She asked if reconciliation is what I wanted. It took a minute, but I did say yes, it was. I genuinely want to reconcile, but I am not trying to get it now. I will have told her I will not settle for less than what I deserve. I will not accept anything less than 100% from her. I don't care. She told me that if I wanted to reconcile at all in the future that I need to stop caring altogether about anything and everything that she is doing, saying, think, feeling, etc. easy. I am done caring. She told me I am a codependent, but she does not think I am as bad as I think I am. I do think I am a codependent, but I agree I am not as bad as some of them that were there last night. However, that does not mean that I am going to stop going or focus on fixing it. I went to the gym with my brother-in-law and told him about everything. After I told him I just don't care anymore, he told me about my wife and her Thanksgiving plans. She is going to his house and she does not understand why everyone, her family, her co-workers, her friends, are all telling her that she is crazy for not going to her family, but to this guy's house that she has been dating for a month immediately after a divorce. My response, not my problem. Don't care. It felt right. I feel good. So, my ex-wife is allergic to gluten. For the last 4 years, I have had to cook gluten-free for her and my daughter. My daughter was diagnosed with a lot of allergies by her doctor. Soy, dairy, wheat, nut, egg. It was very hard for her and us. So, I have been cooking gluten-free for so long. Every year, I cooked Thanksgiving for her family. This year, obviously, I am not. Her family is doing nothing for Thanksgiving. Their daughter is going out with her new man to his family house. Is it odd that I am relieved that I am not going to have to cater to that anymore? Really, I want to cook tomorrow and just throw powdered gluten all over my food. Weird thought that I just had. I sacrificed to cook for her so she would not get sick. Screw that noise. Now it is my time. Also, is it wrong for me to laugh thinking about her going to his house tomorrow and his family, most likely, not catering to her diet? Just some random thoughts that I had just now. Good day so far. I picked up my daughter this morning. I tried to be very calm and dispassionate with my wife. She yelled. She made a comment. No, I told her I would take her suggestion into consideration. She got very upset with that comment. We ended up talking for 2 hours about everything. The feelings for each other, the way we are both acting, our gripes with each other, reconciliation, etc. It was productive. We did not say anything about reconciliation, but the general feel of the conversation had a feeling that she would want to reconcile after time. I told her I do not want to reconcile now. I have no interest in reconciling with her as is. We decided that we will take baby steps to get on good terms to discuss our daughter only. After that, we will see about getting on terms to fix our relationship. She mentioned that she feels it would be easier to reconcile. She said that she wants to reconcile, but she does not. She claims she did not plan to leave for this guy. She met him for the first time the day she asked for a divorce and that she planned on saying something for weeks before. She cried a lot during the conversation. She was upset with me because she felt that I did not think that I did anything wrong in the relationship. I did not go into detail but told her I know what I did and I own it. I told her that she did just as much but has yet to own anything that she did. So, it was overall productive. Obviously, it does not change anything. She is still with the guy. She is not ready to reconcile and I do not want to reconcile with her until I am better with myself. I was brutally honest with her, since that was an issue I had in the marriage. I told her exactly what I thought of her. Cheat, liar, terrible decisions, etc. She does not agree she is a cheat and I told her it does not matter. She did mention that she has not missed me because I have been so meaning to her. I told her that I am extremely upset with her because of how she ended things. I know why she did and I own my share, but cheating has no excuse. She understood. So, all in all, it was good. I will be nice when it comes to our daughter. I know I am not going to nice her out of this. I am going to continue what I am doing. Go to my meetings and get better. When we talk, I will try to be calm, cool, dispassionate, but not cold or abrasive with her. She said she will be patient with me if I am upset with her, since she understands why I am upset. My daughter, she is my little sweetheart. I felt so bad for her today. After me and the wife talked, we went into the house and told our daughter that mommy and daddy were sorry we fought. Our daughter then grabbed both of us and pulled us both to her to hug. She really misses her family. Poor little one. She is a great little girl. I love her so much. So, another interesting morning. The wife came to my new house this morning to get our daughter. Our daughter has been asking for her to come over to show her the new place, especially her princess cave, a large, carpeted storage space under our stairs. I agreed and said it was fine that she could come over. She showed up around 8:30. She stayed for about 30 minutes. It was fine, we did not argue at all. In fact, we joked a little and had a decent time. We talked about her coming over Sunday to get half of our daughter's things. A few things that I think and feel right now. 1. I feel like I am rewarding her for her actions by being nice to her. 2. I feel like she is trying to keep me as plan B, even though she has made no mention or attempt to keep me interested in her, that I can tell. 3. I feel like I backtracked a little, but not much with this. Overall, it was fine. I am a little confused today, since we were friendly, but not enough to have second thoughts about what I need to do. I am still moving forward the same as I was before. I am glad that we are being friendly, but now I need to enforce the 180 more. She, I think, is jealous of my new place. It is so much nicer than where she is. She mentioned how nice it was a few times. Our daughter told her that she loves our new place. My ground rules still stand. 1. Scott, the other man, needs to be out of the picture. 2. She needs to admit and be remorseful for what she has done. 3. I need to fix my issues. Until all three are met, I am not entertaining anything from her. Do you think I am going about this the right way? In your case, I would not let her come in, just to keep mysterious as per 180 rules. R is not an actual option right now. She is still with Scott. I am not interested in anything with her while he is still in the picture. She has made no mention of wanting to R, either. My ground rules are if she tries to R. I am being nice in front of the daughter. That is it. Yes, I will get my daughter at the car. I will not have her come in. He has not met her and he will not meet her. The agreement right now, which will be in writing, is that unless they are engaged, living together, etc., he is not coming around my daughter. I do not think it will last long enough for that to happen. So, yesterday I found out the ex did not go to Thanksgiving with the other man. She went to her family. The other man did come over later in the day to her house though. Her brother did tell me she was very upbeat after our conversation. He said she seems like she was in much better spirits. I told him I do not care, she may feel better since we talked, but she still is making her terrible decisions. Does not change a thing. She is being overly friendly with me too. I called this morning to say good morning to my daughter. She answered the phone with a very enthusiastic good morning. I just said hi. She told me what they were doing today and how they want to go to a park near my new house, etc., staying on course. I was told yesterday that the OM is upset and sad that her brother hates him. Made me feel good. I really do love my brother-in-law. In therapy, she told our therapist that she liked him because of 2 reasons. He listened to her and he was a runner. I know you cannot build a real relationship on those 2 things. I know that it was doomed to fail. The fact that he is a codependent too just seals the deal. I can laugh because she left me for essentially the same crap, but with a different person. I cannot laugh because the chances this will end soon are less, because if he is codependent, he will try to stay with her no matter what. Mostly, yes, I can laugh at the situation. It is a little disheartening, though. But, right now, I still not care. I cannot do anything about it, so what is the point trying? I will just keep up being positive around H for our daughter and go from there. I am working on myself so I am better for the people that matter in my life, me, daughter, and future relationships. I am working on myself so I do not settle for the same crap that I have been getting. I know. I want her back because I love her. Thankfully, I realize it is the codependency speaking. I know that she is being a truly terrible wife, friend, and person right now. I have not detached enough yet. I know I need to work on this still. I am not interested in taking her back until she works out her issues. I think I will come out much better, while she will be exactly where she left off. Deep down, I feel like we can work on our issues, if we are willing to work on our individual issues too. I am still moving forward with the divorce. I am not going to stop it. If she wants to join the team and get fixed, she is welcome. If not, that is her choice. I know I have my faults, but I am man enough to admit them, face them and conquer them. As they say, it is time to put up or shut up, and I am not going to be a silent person anymore. My ex does not think she has done anything wrong. Nothing wrong in the marriage and nothing wrong with her dating someone else the day after we separated. How can they be this delusional? At the end of the day, we will fix ourselves and they will only be either right where they left us or they will only get worse. Either way, for the time being, they are not our problem. Let the OM deal with their craziness. OM, on a related note, is it wrong that I am not really upset with him anymore? I know he is a rat. I know he is a complete douche, but angry with him, I have none really. He did nothing that my STBX did not allow him to do. You know, is that normal? The way I see it now is that I have no idea what she told him. She could have said we were separated already and that I knew about it, for all I know. She could have been honest to him, too. I do not know. So, do I blame him? No. Do I blame her? Absolutely. Is that a normal feeling? And another thing from the marriage gone. I just sold the car we bought for her, that I kept. So, new house, new car, new clothes. Now, just a new woman and I will be set. Not now, of course, but once I make some more improvements. Progress feels good. So, my daughter came home tonight for the week. I asked her if mommy introduced her to OM. She says no. She says mommy talks to a boy named S and says I love you to him. So, here is my wife telling her boyfriend I love you in front of our daughter. Classy. I will check with my therapist if they think this is bad for my daughter. I do not have a care in the world that she is telling this guy that she loves him. It makes me laugh. She may be out having the time of her life right now, but reality has a way of kicking the crap out of those that are complacent. Never again. Breakthroughs are awesome. Truly, truly awesome. Last night, a friend of mine on Facebook messaged me and said she is sorry about my divorce and that she is going through one, as well, or debating it. We started talking about it. During the conversation, I directed her to this site and my journal. He is the same way as I am in many ways. I told her about a lot of great resources to fix things, since they have not gotten to the point of cheating. Things that I would have loved to see if I were in their situation. It was a 3-hour conversation. At some point in the conversation, everything just clicked. I realized what Conrad has been saying this whole time. Teaching this to other people makes it stick more in your own life. I found myself telling her all the things I learned and how I would proceed if I were her, and it felt great. I felt that I was the one learning a lesson, not teaching it. It felt as if this whole time I knew these things, but hearing me tell someone else them just made them sink in. It felt weird, alien, unnatural, but at the same time felt amazing. Disconnecting from her has become easier as the days go by. My STBX calls last night to say goodnight to our daughter, asks me if I can talk to her for a minute. I am trying to be civil, so I say okay. She tells me our daughter requested that the 3 of us go to Disney together. She then says, if I do not want to do that, we can go to a tree lighting ceremony with her family and mine, so we do not confuse our daughter. I tell her that I will consider it and we will discuss later. I know my answer, but I was not in the mood to get into it with her last night. I do not want to go anywhere with her. I am not okay pretending that we are a happy family still. I am not okay easing her guilt for leaving, by going out like we are a family still. Anything that we do together is only going to confuse our daughter, and I am not okay with that. Tonight, I will say something to her via email about this. Obviously, I will not mention the easing her guilt or explain anything. I am not going to be angling for the victim chair. I feel good about where I am, at least. Right now, the only thing that really gets me down is my daughter. She is acting up so much more since this has happened. It upsets me that she is going through this. I am fine with me going through it, but she does not deserve it. Of course, when that happens, I get upset with the ex-wife. I should not, but I do. We have discussed our daughter acting up and the ex-wife does not see it. She questioned our daughter the other day about why are you being such a bad girl lately. Of course, when the answer was mommy and daddy splitting up, not from my daughter, this is from the ex-wife parents and brother, she, the wife, dismissed it. I need to get to the point where anything she does, provided it does not put my daughter in harm, bother me. I need time for that, I guess. Other than that, I feel good. All in all, I am doing well. Detaching is getting easier every day. Once I realized I don't love who she is, it made it so much easier to not look back. Seeing her how she really is and not the delusion I had of her has been immensely helpful. I notice the games she is still trying to play with me. She did it today. She called to say good morning to our daughter. She is on speakerphone. For no reason other than to get a response from me. Tells our daughter she is going to a parade and she can meet her new running friends. She wanted me to respond with something along the lines of OM won't be there, right? Meh, not getting it from me. Don't care if he is there. Did not think anything about it. Stupid things like that. So, I just dropped off my little one. Poor little one bawled her eyes out. Wife did not care. She then asked me if she can introduce daughter to OM in a group setting. I told her that if she felt it was necessary to introduce our daughter to him and her new friend, that is her choice. She has lied so many times it is just not worth it for me to try with her. She will make her decisions regardless of my input. If those decisions affect my daughter, then I will jump in. But, right now, let her make her own decisions and I will just observe. It is a nice feeling. It is also nice to see her and not feel the need to grab her, kiss her or hug her. When I saw her yesterday, I had no desire for her. It was a nice feeling, indeed. I just got to a point where I do not want to play these games with anyone. Every day it is some new game with her. Last night, I dropped off my little one at her house. She had a fever. I dropped her off and went home. I felt terrible, and still do, that she is sick, but I cannot do anything about it. This morning I call the ex-wife to see how she is doing and she tells me that it is steady, but she can't go to school. I ask, what are you going to do? She complains how she can't take off work because is in a new position. I am sure she said this to get me to ask about it, and that she does not know what she will do. Usually, I would leave work since my job is flexible and take care of her. I think she expected me to offer. I did not. She then said, I will have my mom take off work to watch her. Okay, not my problem. And yes, she will be footing the bill for therapy because of her choices. Well, no news is good news, I guess. Not much has happened on the crazy STBX front. She has our daughter this week. Her fever has left, so that is a plus. I called the ex-wife on Tuesday to say goodnight to my daughter, and she, the ex, asked me to bring a hat for our daughter to her school because she is taking her out to a parade on Wednesday. Sure, no problem. I get the hat in the car, just so I don't forget in the morning. I call the next morning, again, to talk to the little one, and told the ex-wife that I will drop the hat off at her school today. She begins to tell me they are not going anymore. To me, it seems like she wants me to ask why. Of course, I don't. I say, okay, well I will give your brother the hat at the gym, then. On my way to work that morning, my sister calls me. She is still Facebook friends with the ex-wife. She says that the ex-wife posted something the night before about how she was upset and that when she gets this upset, she eats a lot of brownies, or something to that effect. Of course, I chuckle. One day she is going to this parade, of course, with the OM, and then she is upset and then the next day she is not going at all. So, today has been a tiny step backwards. Nothing happened and I did not act on my thoughts, but I miss her today for the first time in weeks. My sister is throwing a party tonight and this is the first year the ex will not be there. Could be worse. I could have called or texted here about missing her, but I have come too far to allow that. Thankfully, I was able to push the thoughts out, but I still had them. One day at a time, I guess. Over the last few weeks, my ex-wife has been doing things that I would consider tests to get me to engage in her craziness. For example, the offer for us all to go to Disney World. She mentions to our daughter about meeting her new friends while on speakerphone in front of me, asking me if she can introduce our daughter to the OM. When our daughter got sick, explaining to me how she can't take off work because she is in a new position. The sudden decision to not go to the parade. I took all these as tests to get me to engage. To question who, what, where, when, why, etc. Of course, I did not. So today, she calls me to ask if I can have our daughter a few hours early. I say of course. I expect the conversation to end at that. She then goes into why. I am meeting some new friends and driving them. I stop her there and say, it does not matter why, I will take an early today. No problem. I then ask for our daughter. I say good morning and talk to her for a few minutes. The ex-wife gets back on the phone and continues to tell me why she wants to drop her off early. I does not know these people and I don't want to bring her in front of them. I could ask my parents, but figured you would rather have her. I want time with her, but I forgot I already promised this. Again, I told her that's fine. I don't need an explanation. It does not matter. I will see you at 2:30. Is this a game to get me to engage with her? I take it as she is trying any way to get me to question what is going on with her life and get me to either talk to her about it or argue with her, so she feels justified in her actions. Am I taking crazy pills here? The way I take this is that my focus is on me, since my goal is to better understand my observations that I make about others, in relation to how they act towards me. Granted, some focus is given to her, since I am questioning her actions in this case. Trust me, I get where you are coming from though. I do see focus being on her here. I also see it being on me. It is a new thing that I am doing. Observing without having emotion attached to it. Update. I found out last night that our daughter has met the OM. Funny enough, I was not surprised, shocked, upset or anything. I had absolutely no emotion towards it. The ex-wife is an adult. I cannot control her and this was bound to happen sooner or later. But it was nice realizing it did not faze me at all. Now, just to get indifferent on everything else. She is getting ridiculous. She does not like rules and boundaries. It is funny to me. She calls this morning about tonight and the holiday custody. Our agreement calls for her to have our daughter on Christmas Eve and me Christmas Day. Today starts my week for custody, so I will get her tonight and must bring her to the ex-wife tomorrow morning. My ex-wife was arguing that how it makes no sense for me to have her for one night, blah blah blah. how she is only looking out for our daughter's well-being. I stood firm and told her that the agreement clearly outlines this. She got upset and had to go. Now, had she asked me to keep our daughter one more night, regardless of the reason, I would have said that is fine, since there will be days where I will ask the same thing. Instead, she decided that it was best to be argumentative. During the talk, she said that why are you being so aggressive towards me? To which I told her I was not, I am only following the agreement we have in place. She did not like that. Whatever. Update. OM has not been at the house while our daughter is there. She has tried to break up with him on 2 occasions, but her, or his, codependency has stopped it. I don't think she wants to be alone. I also think that the separating would force her to deal with our divorce, which is something she does not want to do. Sooner or later, she will have to face the music, though. Ex-wife, she knows nothing about what I am doing. I am sure she checks my Instagram and Facebook. I know that up until last week she was friends with my sister, who I spend a lot of time with, on Facebook, until my sister removed her. I know she still follows my sister on Instagram. She admitted to me that she checks my sister's Instagram, so I am sure she is seeing who I am hanging out with and what I am doing. I am not telling her anything though. If she wants to cyber stalk me, that is her business. I am sure that it is bothering her that I am dating someone. I am sure she expected me to sit around and pine over her. Honestly, if that is the case, then pull up your big girl undies and say something to me. The icing on the cake is that she is still dragging her feet on signing the marriage settlement agreement. I gave it to her back in late October. She still has not signed it. I texted her last night to call me when she has a chance to talk. She called me and was super chipper and happy. I asked her what was going on with the MSA and her mood instantly changed. She said she will have it signed this week. We will see if she signs it. So, I just found out the other man passed this week. Apparently, my ex broke up with him last week. He begged for her back and she said no and ignored him and he passed on Thursday. I do not know how. She did say that he was ex himself the whole time she did not answer the phone. Final update. She apologized for how she broke things off. She told me that she regrets how she separated from me. She does not regret the separation, but how she conducted herself. She told me she misses me and still loves me very much. She told me how the OM passed away. He drank himself to X in his car in front of the gym. She told me that she feels guilty about it, but she felt that she was in an abusive relationship with him. I told her how upset I was that she had this obviously unstable person around our daughter. She agreed and said that she was not thinking and did not know the level of his issues. I told her how I was upset with her that she allowed him to sleep in the same bed as our daughter. She swore that he never slept over with her. It does not matter if she is being truthful, as it is already done. If she feels that she still needs to lie about that to me, then that is her issue. We are going to get together on Wednesday with our daughter to allow midweek visitation. I think this will help our daughter by allowing her to see the other parent midweek and potentially help us in better communication for our daughter's sake. During the conversation we laughed and joked, even about the separation. She asked me to hold off on the divorce until May so she can help pay for it. I told her I would pay for it and she can reimburse me. She has not responded to that yet. We walked back to the car and she asked for a hug. I feel like we are in a better place. I have forgiven her for what she has done. I feel like this will help us become better co-parents for our daughter. There is no talk of reconciliation or anything of that nature. Half a year later, a little update. It's been a while since I have updated, so this may be long. Bear with me. As of now, the divorce is not finalized. We are both working towards getting it done, but the courts are so backlogged here that it is taking time. We are not arguing over any details of the divorce. We both just want it done. We are both dating new people. She has not mentioned anything more about the passing of the previous suitor, whom she left me for. In fact, she has erased some references to him from her social media accounts, according to my sister-in-law, who is friends with her on Facebook. I will update about the new girl below. Our communication has been good lately. We email, text, and call each other if we need to discuss something. The other day, we had a 30-minute phone call that was about nothing important, just kind of an update to how each of us are doing. She obviously still cares about me and I care about her. It was nice to be able to have a conversation with her about things other than our daughter, and it remained civil. Last week, we had an agreement that we would meet Sat morning to do tax-related items. We agreed, at least this is what I remember, since we agreed verbally on our phone call, that we would meet at 10 a.m. and after taxes, she would take our daughter, since she was getting her at 5 that night. There was no point in meeting 2 times. We live 30 miles apart. She called at 9:30 and canceled the tax meeting. This has been canceled by her numerous times. I texted her asking what time I should bring our daughter to her and she had no recollection of the agreement. Typical. So, we both start arguing over text about it. I tell her that I made plans and had to cancel them because of this and that I am not okay with it. Things got a little heated and we stopped texting. I agreed to keep our daughter for the day. About 2 hours later she calls me. I answer and she immediately apologizes for it. Hell, officially froze over right then. Honestly, I am still surprised. She has never really apologized for something like that. We talked for a few minutes and she explained that she does not want to have tension between us and agreed that she does not want to go back to how we were when we first separated. She mentioned it was nice being able to talk to me like a normal person. We ended the call on good terms. As for the new girl, we originally met back in December at a mutual friend's house. We said hello, nothing more. I was still devastated by the separation at that time, so I was not even thinking of a relationship with anyone. We saw each other again on St. Patty's Day at that same friend's house. We started talking via Facebook and text. We finally went out on our first date in April. Things are going well with her. It is obvious she likes me a lot. I have met her friends and one of her sisters. She has met my friends and my older sister, who I am very close, but to be fair, she actually knew her before she knew me. I have a few issues that I told her yesterday we need to talk about, though. She has an issue that I am still technically married. I do not see the problem, honestly. To me it is just a piece of paper at this point. She will use this excuse to not talk about things that I think need to be discussed. For instance, we have not actually discussed a committed relationship. We have discussed that we are exclusive, in the sense that we are not sleeping with anyone else, but there is no girlfriend, boyfriend labeling, which I am fine with, but I want to know I am not wasting my time here. She is very religious. I, as some of you know, am an atheist. I do not bash or belittle someone's religious beliefs. I do enjoy discussing them intellectually. I have never called someone stupid for believing in any religion, especially someone I care for. The other night, while driving to dinner, we got about my posts on Facebook. Some of you that are friends with me on Facebook will know I share some articles about religion, mainly articles about news that I think everyone should know about or that I feel should be shared. For instance, I shared an article 2 weeks ago about the Catholic bishop who hid millions of dollars to prevent it from going to rape victims. I did not insult the church, just shared. Anyway, I was told by her on the drive that she has since blocked me from her news feed because I share the opinions of stupid people and help perpetuate stupid people's beliefs. Wow, this pissed me off to no end. I told her right there how unacceptable that was and told her we would talk about it, as I am not okay with that behavior. She is very reserved, quiet, and easily offended. I am crass, blunt, and extroverted. I know I cannot change her. I get that. I need to find a common middle ground where my sense of humor is not insulting to her. So, that is it so far. Thanks for reading. I need to set boundaries with her on certain things. Another half a year later, the ex and I are getting along fine now. No real issues. She has pulled a few things recently that made me stand my ground with her, which is something I never did before. The divorce is scheduled for the end of January. I am continuing to work on myself, training now for an Ironman next year. All in all, things are going well. I still slip up. I still have days that I miss her. I still know I am not ready for a serious relationship, since I am not emotionally available for anyone else right now. There have been a lot of ups and downs to this, but I am not giving up. I continue to move forward. I still think my biggest issue is I am still, to this day, optimistic that we will work things out. I don't understand why I feel this way. I take all the lessons I have learned from everyone here, what I have read, what I have experienced, who I know her to be, and still have a gut feeling that eventually, down the road we will try to work it out. The sad thing is, I know I am doing this and am not sure why or how to stop it. I can see it being an issue with any future relationship. How can I truly commit to someone else if I still pine and hope for something that I know will never happen? This is my biggest weakness right now, something that I need to work on. Don't get me wrong, I am happy that I know that I am doing it. I can identify it right away. I know when my mind starts drifting into what if mode with thoughts of her. I am happy that I am not oblivious to it. I know it is a time thing. I must be patient with it and let these thoughts run its course, continue to improve, live my life, and eventually the thoughts will diminish and disappear. Just shows that there is always something to work on. Few weeks later, the divorce is still dragging on. I filed for divorce a few months ago and everything seemed to be fine. Of course, it isn't. First, she forgot to have a document notarized. That put us back a week. Now, she forgot to take a required parenting course that needs to be submitted to the judge. I have asked on numerous occasions what is going on with it, and her answer is always financial. The course is $40. I can understand if she lived on her own and had bills, but she lives with her dad. Her financial decisions are not my business anymore, but once it starts affecting me it gets irritating. On a related note, she did have enough money to go on a cruise over New Year's. Like it has been throughout the past, she could not care about the divorce, or so it seems. She did a great job disconnecting. She admitted to never reading the marriage settlement agreement, since she did not have the time. Fair enough, that is her decision. She has decided to go back to school, which I applaud her for, even though I do not agree with her financial decisions on it. We have gone as far as redoing our custody schedule so I can accommodate her schooling. I do not mind doing that since her going to school and getting a better job will only help my little one. I am not over-accommodating on it, though. I changed the schedule since she has class on a certain day so I would have our daughter. Simple. We have gotten into a few arguments. She asked me if I could take the little one on Thanksgiving, even though it is her year. Usually, I would, but I did not want to break my plans so she could make her own, and 2, I cannot be accommodating every time she wants something. Sometimes it is best to say no, even if it does not really affect you. She asked me on 5 separate occasions about changing. I told her no each time. The 5th time I asked her what was up. She clearly is desperate for me to change since she has asked numerous times. Of course, she blew up. No big deal, I expected it. Other than that, the ex and I have been doing fine. I still find it hard to talk to her in person. I can be friendly on the phone with her, but in person I have a hard time talking with her. I do know that she has brought the new guy around our daughter. She claims only in social settings, which, even if not true, I can't control. I have nothing against this guy since he was not the one to have her cheat on me. Seems like a good guy from what I can tell. In September, I wrote her a letter. The theme of the letter was that of acceptance. Acceptance for the wrongs that I have done to her throughout the marriage. Acceptance for what she has done to me. Acceptance for everything that has happened since our break. I wanted to express to her that I forgive her and that I do not want us to hate each other. I saw that with my parents and I don't want that for our daughter. It felt great getting that off my chest with her. I was just as much at fault for this as she was. Her response was thank you. That letter was amazing. As some of you know, I started dating someone back in March. Things seemed fine. I made sure to practice what I have learned, so I did not fall back into the codependency trap. I started to really care for her. We went on trips, met family, etc. She had a serious issue that I was still technically married. I personally don't get it, but that is her feelings. I cannot change that. She did not want to be official until I was divorced. Okay, fine. We went on a trip in September to Orlando where a lot of friends were going to be. She met all of them, a lot for the first time. A few people introduced her as my girlfriend. When we got back home, she flipped. We are not dating and she does not want to be called that. I said fine and left. I told her that she does not have to be called anything and that our relationship will be just that. She would rather be friends with benefits and people to know that, than to be a girlfriend to a married, going through divorce, guy. Okay, I allowed it for a while since it really does not bother me. I stopped all things a BF would do. No trips, no family, etc. I let her know she could date other people, as well, since we are not official. Of course, this did not sit well with her. I told her I was not okay with it since we are not dating. I told her that she chose to date me. We have continued to see each other throughout the divorce. She has changed her tune about it recently, the last month, but I have told her now that I am not okay with being official until it is done. I am not opening myself to more tests if I were to decide to have something official before that point. Can lawyer speed up the divorce? If I am willing to pay another $2,000 or so to get it done. At this point, I am almost $15,000 in with all this. My concern is pushing it too much. She has not really argued anything. No child support, no alimony, nothing. My fear is that I push too much and she will try to pull some crap and argue the terms. My comment: here is the thing, she might not ask for any of those things, but that does not mean a judge will not look it all over and award her something. Just because 2 people agree does not mean a judge will not make changes. I am not trying to worry you, just do not use it as a reason not to go after what you want. Did you guys think OP did okay in the end? I think he dodged a huge one. He could have ended up like OM. He should be thankful that he is out of this marriage.